Okay, welcome to the first of probably several training sessions on various technological topics for us this year. Today what we're going to learn how to do is taking our lesson plans from last year on Renweb and putting them onto this year's lesson plans for Renweb. So this is going to save us a lot of time in terms of printing things out and copying things down and having to remember. So we're going to take our stuff from last year and put it on this year's lesson plan. So what I'm doing is here, I'm starting from my regular desktop. I'm going into the teacher side, and you're going to see me log in, so that's going to take me a second. And you can do the same thing. So as you go ahead and log in, this video is great because no matter what you do, you can go ahead and you can pause it, you can rewind it, you can get it so that it is your speed. So I do this a lot with the kids, and it's working for us today too. So here I am logging in. Okay. So now that I'm in Renweb, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to pretend like I am coming from last year. And so what I need to do very first is when I get to my home screen, here in just a second, is I'm going to pretend like it's last year. So up here at the top where it says 2011, 2012, well, first I need to gather all of my information. I need to gather my lesson plans. And so I'm going to go back to last year, and I'm going to take my lesson plans from last year, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and basically pull them out from last year and put them into a storage place so that I can access them later. So I'm going to go to last year's lesson plans. So here I am going to lesson plans, and it's going to pop up with the demonstration that you know. So here is my lesson plans, and I'm going to go to one of my classes that I know has stuff in it. So it was the fall last year. I'm going to pretend like it was the fall last year. So I'm going to go to 1A because that was the fall version of the class. And as you can see up here with this date, it's basically telling me there's nothing in there. Well, that's good. And so for instructional purposes, I'm going to go here and see I've got some information here. The 19th was a Friday. So if I go to the 16th, see I've got information here from last year's lesson plan. So your information is out there, and we just need to get it into a place where we can put it into this year's lesson plans. And so what I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to go to any of these details tabs here, or buttons, and I'm going to hit the details button. And what that's going to pop up with is a screen that is like the master lesson plan. So this is going to be a lot of boxes here that are going to give me some options, and we're only going to use one specific one today. And we're going to try to get those lesson plans down from last year so that we can put them into this place. So here I am over here on my select class list. I'm selecting this is the class that I want to copy. So if I want to copy my geometry lesson plans from last fall, I'm going to geometry 1A, and what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go to master lesson plan, and I'm going to set up my master lesson plan for last year's stuff. And so I'm going to edit my master lesson plan for my staff because we are going to go on the staff side, not on the school side. And so after I click on that staff button, it's going to pop up with this is my personal master lesson plan. So no one else can see this. This is my personal master lesson plan. And so I only have one of them for all of my classes. So the information that I want to put in there right now is whatever I want to copy to this year's classes. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy from class Geom 1A, so geometry from last year. I'm going to copy from that class, and I'm going to hit copy from class, and it's going to ask you if I'm sure. I'm sure. Okay, and so what pops up down here is every lesson plan from last year that I entered. And so if I scroll down here, is everything. So it's going through, I've got beyond my front door there. This is everything. And so it's going by days here. And so up until whatever we call it, you know, we've got all of our lesson plans in here. And so this is my master lesson plan. So right now, I've told Renweb that this is what's in there. So every lesson plan that I put in for geometry is in there right now. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to lesson plan. And so now I need to put it into this year's lesson plan. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my home screen. And I'm going to select, this year. and I'm going to go to lesson plan. And so now this is this year. So up here I've got 2011, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to my details tab, and so now Renweb knows what's in my master lesson plan, and so I just need to pull that down from online. Okay, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to this copy tab here. I'm sorry, to the master lesson plan. Excuse me. So we go down to master lesson plan. And now I'm going to copy from my master lesson plan. So I'm going to go to staff because this is my master lesson plan. And so here's what I'm doing. Day to start copy. The first day of school this year, we'll go to this view, 17th. Okay, so if it was the 16th or 15th or what, I could pick whatever I want. Now I want to start with the first day of this lesson plan. So if I hadn't done the first week, I would start on day 5. But since I'm starting from day 1, I'm going to start from day 1. Now the number of days I'm going to copy. I need to be careful because this is a Wednesday. I don't want to copy 5 days, because if I copy 5 days, it's going to put it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, that's not. I don't want those. I only want these 3 days. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I'm going to put 3 days in there, and that's going to fill in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so I'm going to copy from the master lesson plan 3 days. Okay, it says it's copied. Now I can go check that because I can go to my lesson plan tab over here on the left, and I can check on the 17th. And it's telling me on Wednesday, 8/17/2011, so that's this year, first day introduction to policies, patterns and inductive reasoning, points, lines, and planes. Okay, so those were imported from my master lesson plan. This is good, but what do I do on the next part? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say the 20th and the 21st, that's a weekend, so I don't need lesson plans for that. That's relaxation time. So I'm going to go back into details. We're waiting. And we're going to go to master lesson plan. And instead of starting on the 17th, I've got these 3 days filled. I'm going to start on the 22nd. And I'm going to start from, I already used 3 days, so I have to start from the 4th day. And because I went ahead and I got, the first 3 days, I'm gonna copy the entire week's worth of lesson plans. And I'm going to copy them from my own lesson plan. And so now when I go in to my lesson plans, and I go to the next week, the 22nd, I have all of my days in there. And so that's going to follow suit. So the hardest part is you're going to need to keep track of what day that you're on. And so now that I've got 8 days underneath, I'll start with day 9 and start copying 4 or 5 days. So if you have any questions, please feel free to come and find me, and I can help you out, or we can figure something out. All right. Thanks for watching.